The gameplay footage, which you are about to see, is of lower quality than usual. Sadly, Special Forces is notorious for being hard to display due to its non-standard video signal, which changes over time once the printed circuit board gets warm. I will go into more details in the end of the video, but now want to present the review first. Special Forces Elite Training was made in 2003 by ICE for arcades. As for the suicide design of the used Play Mechanics Model VP100 hardware and the encryption, this game has not been emulated yet. The arcade cabinet came with two deep blue HEP pump-action shotguns, but because the need for reloading can be disabled in the options, the game can also be played with HEP 45 cal guns. The game has no story to speak of. Instead, it consists of a series of tests and missions, which are separated into groups for the three branches of the US military: Air Force, Army and Navy. The tests play as short minigames. The missions last longer and typically combine play mechanics of previous segments to achieve a certain goal, like for example defeating a mini-boss. In contrast to the similar arcade game America's Army, Special Forces Elite Training is not approved, endorsed or authorized by the US government. The three military branches play independently and have their own scoreboard. If a player finishes a branch, the credit is consumed, thus necessitating at least 3 credits for a complete playthrough. Within a branch, the game is composed of 4 levels. Levels 1 to 3 consists of 2 tests and 1 mission each. Level 4 is the so-called Super Soldier training and offers 4 more difficult tests. Apart from the points score, the game also tracks the so-called rank of a player. Passing a test or mission will rise the rank by 1 step. Beating the boss of a mission will be rewarded by a double rank promotion. In the beginning of each test, the aim of the minigame is explained on a text screen. This message also states the points threshold necessary to pass the test and a second threshold for the so-called expert rank. Consecutively reaching expert rank is called an expert streak and is rewarded with a growing points bonus. A similar message is shown at the beginning of missions, telling the player the goal and foreshadowing the mini-boss. During tests, the passing threshold and current point state is shown graphically in the bottom edge of the screen. On the bottom right is a timer, and the bottom left shows the remaining ammunition. The top left shows the current rank, both in text and graphically. The top right corner shows the military branch, which is being played. At the top edge is the current point score, which is not updated in real time, but just when showing the score screen at the conclusion of a minigame. The game consists of a total of 30 tests and 9 missions. Showing all these would exceed the scope of this video, hence why I limit myself to the missions. In the first mission of the Air Force, a dirty bomb on a captured oil rig has to be destroyed. Next, the player has to hinder a nuclear warhead transport from leaving an enemy compound. The final mission is about intercepting a flying fortress before it can drop bombs on allies. In the Army branch, the first mission is about intercepting a drone missile from being launched. Operation Iron Rail wants the player to destroy a bridge in order to derail a supply train. As third mission, a limousine has to be destroyed. The first Navy mission is about preventing an undersea rocket from being launched. Next, a radio station has to be destroyed before it can make a broadcast. In the final mission, a submarine has to be stopped from departure. The operator options offer various tests for input buttons, the gun controller, audio and video. As a nice surprise, a drawing of the developers can be found here. In a sound test, much of the in-game music can be assessed. In the settings, the operator can decide whether the gun reloads on itself automatically or whether the pump handle has to be used for that. The game's difficulty has the two options easy and normal. Violence can be set between normal and low. A threshold rank can be set for the level 4 group of minigames. If the player doesn't manage to reach the passing rank defined here, the fourth block won't start. Statistics on the game can be found in an audit segment. Personally, I like Special Forces Elite Training. I feel the selection of minigames is creative, without getting stupid or boring. I appreciate that the game is so heterogeneous. If I wanted to play a more traditional light gun game, I can stick to the Air Force third of the game, in which the gameplay is just shooting. If I yearned for visual puzzles, I could play the army portion. If I wanted water-themed minigames with a bit of memory puzzles, I would choose Navy. That the game gives the possibility to ditch pump action reloading to enable usage of handguns is very welcomed, and I wish more games would offer that. I won't play much Special Forces with my current setup though. Sadly, the video output of this particular arcade PCB is notoriously difficult to display and capture, as for its non-standard composite sync signal. Running at 17.6 kHz vertical sync, it is way out of specifications. Anecdotally, the only monitors the game plays nice with seem to be Wells Gordon arcade monitors. As you have seen in my 3D video, I can change and modulate sync signals, but Special Forces pose to be a difficult project because its sync signal seems vastly temperature and thus time dependent. On my board, the game slowly runs down vertically. Depending on the capture or display device, it even wraps. This is annoying on various facets, but the worst is that the gun calibration suffers an ever-changing offset like this, which makes hitting the targets very difficult. What I did was rectifying the video as well as I could in the analog domain before feeding the signal into video broadcast equipment to apply further fixes. This transformation on interlaced video was imperfect and made later the interlacing more difficult. I ended up just playing short chunks and capture the board while it is cool and then stop playing when the temperature affected the video signal beyond my capabilities. That's why in many portions of this review the bottom edge is truncated and why the image is shaking in some places. Capturing video was even more difficult than general display. Just filming the CRT monitor would have yielded in distortion, moiré artifacts and imperfect exposure. Keeping all that in mind, I'm very grateful that I was able to preserve at least some material of this little game, which sadly is on the brink of extinction. This is the end of the review. My name is Ben. I thank you for viewing.